Hello, I am Jason Jarrett, the Love Encore delivery specialist for Dutch Miller Subaru. I am back again with another tech tip for you. Today, I'm going to talk about voice commands. This is something a lot of us probably use in our vehicles, especially to make phone calls. However, your Subaru can do a lot more than just make a phone call. So today, I want to show you a way that you can learn what voice commands the car can do and what exactly to say to the car to use those voice commands. Now, before I hop in a car, let me give you, this is my #1 big tip for voice commands. You do have to say exactly what the car wants for it to know what you're trying to tell it to do. It is not like when I'm speaking to like my Google Assistant or Alexa or Siri. They can kind of figure out what you're trying to tell them to do. Our voice technology is not like that. You've got to say exactly what the car wants. So if you like add words or leave things out, the car just, it doesn't know what you're trying to tell it to do. All right, so I'm going to hop inside of a car and I'm going to show you some ways to learn what to say to the car and how you can use those commands. Okay, now for voice commands, I'm going to start with this type of touchscreen first that you might find in like a 6.0 or 6.5, maybe even an 8.0 inch touchscreen. Now, first with voice commands, I told you I would show you some ways you can learn what to say to the car. So the first place you can go is in your owner's manual. You'll need to find the owner's manual that is like, you'll see like Starlink Multimedia pertaining to like 6.0 or 8.0 inch touchscreen. It'll be the manual that covers the head unit of the car that will tell you about what it can do for you. So you can find the voice commands in that if you want to look through it. Now, there is another way that you can get the voice commands for the car, and I can do that on my touch screen. What you do, voice command button, the one that has the face right there, give that a push. Now at the bottom of the touch screen, you're going to find a button that says help, so let's push that.
Okay, here's a complete list of all available voice commands organized by category. In each category, you can tap on any voice command to hear an explanation of how it's used.
So hopefully the car's audio came through just fine, but she's basically telling you, hey, here's a list of the voice commands you can say to the car, and if you want to, I can touch on one of those voice commands and she will explain to me how to go about using them. So instead of looking over here in the owner's manual, I don't have to do that. They're right here. And plus I can get an explanation from the car on how to use them. Now, anytime I hit help, if I hit the back up in the top corner, it's going to give me a breakdown of all the voice commands by categories as far as what this car can do. So if I want to see like what can I do to control the navigation, if you're that is of course if your Subaru is equipped with navigation, so I can do things like I could say like navigate to and give it an address. If you save home to the car's navigation system, I could just say drive home. You have find nearest, so I could say find nearest Starbucks. Now, I was mentioning earlier with my #1 tip is you have to say exactly what the car wants, and you can see the commands right here to what to say to the car. So if I said like find nearest Starbucks, I'm good. If I said find the nearest Starbucks, because I added the, car's lost. They don't know what to do. So that's why I say this is a great tip right here to learn exactly what to say to the car. And you can see I can go all down through here and see like exactly, well, here's what I can do with navigation. All right, hit back. You can, of course, do the phone commands, which probably a lot of us are using, like we're using that call feature to call our contacts. But you can do other things like send a text message to, and reply to text messages, view them. You can, of course, control the radio with your voice. So you can say like tune to 99.9 FM. Or if you're like me and you listen to the satellite radio more, I could say like satellite channel 88 if you have, say, like a favorite. And on down, this is some of my favorites. You also have climate commands. So you can say things like, because this car has dual climate, I could say set driver temperature to and give it a number. I can even do the passengers, or I can say set temperature to for the whole entire car. And you even have a set both temperatures command if, say, maybe they're unsynced. So I can sync them up together. Now, I will close this. So I'll just do a quick demonstration on a voice command. So before I hit the button over here, I'll hit the button and you're going to hear the car make a beep. After that beep is when you need to say the voice command. So if you are just, trying to get ahead of the, be too fast, if I hit that button, I just start talking, car may not be listening just yet. So make sure you hear the beep and then say your voice command, okay? So let's give this guy a push. Set temperature to 65.
Okay, setting temperature to 65.
And there you go. The car did it. Okay, so that gives you a rundown of this type of touch screen. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to hop in a different vehicle that has the 11.6 inch touchscreen, and we're going to talk about the voice commands in that head unit. All right, now we're in a Subaru that has the 11.6 inch touchscreen. So let's talk about voice commands with this one. Now, before I start playing with these voice commands, I want you to know there is a few differences in how this system operates compared to the one I was previously in. Now, you saw on the other one, when I hit that button and it came up on here, I was able to hit help and get that list of commands. And then I could sit there and I could go through them with you and talk about them. Now, this touchscreen, it does still have the ability to give you a list of commands, but the car is going to be actively listening to me and trying to figure out what I am trying to do. So I just wanted to give you a heads up. When I start messing with this, you're going to probably hear the car saying things like, come again? Could you please say that again? Something to that effect. So this one will actively listen to you the whole time, whereas the one I was in previously, when I go into help, I can play with that and look at everything I want to, and I don't have to, the car's not trying to listen to me to figure out what I'm doing, okay? Okay, so you also go find another difference. When I hit this button, this car is actually going to say, please say a command, and then it makes the beep. And again, just make sure you wait till, hey, after the beep, that's when I say my command. Okay, so let's go through this one. Hitting the button.
Please say a command.
Okay, now, here's where your differences come in. You're going to see atop across this top portion here, how it's got like popular, navigation, phone. I hit the arrow, see music, climate, apps. You've got those same categories that was in the previous car. They're just across the top. Now this car will display the voice command. See, there she goes trying to figure out what I'm doing. The voice commands are going to be down below here, and you can scroll down through this list to see those same commands. So like if I go into navigation, and you can see a lot of basically those same commands that were in the other car, they're basically here too. Like there's just, they might have some differences in the way they're set is the only thing. Like the other one, I had that command that said find nearest, like Starbucks. This one in here, it's just, I would just be saying find Starbucks, so I don't have to say nearest. But
I'm sorry, but I still didn't get that.
Yeah, she's lost. She's trying to figure out what I'm doing. So as you can see, I can scroll down through here and I can still see those voice commands and and how to use them. And of course, touching them, that's not going to give me an explanation of them like the previous car did. If I actually would touch those, that would be telling the car to do those commands. So second hit phone. See, most of your same commands are in here as well. I hit my arrow, music. So I've got commands. I think the previous car had one for, it was like radio and media. So they've just combined the two into one category under music. So there's a lot of commands in the music one. And you'll see climates in here. And then we have, now this car does have a feature for apps I see as well. So we've got some things here I can see like weather, sports.
Can you say
stuff
that
like that. So if I go into climate and I could tell it, let's see, what do I want to do? She's sitting there thinking. I might have to reset her.
say the state name first.
Let's just reset her, because where I've been talking so much, she's probably flabbergasted is what I'm trying to do. So just like on the other car, just give this button a push.
Please say a command.
Set temperature to 65.
Okay, setting temperature to 65 degrees Fahrenheit.
See, just like that. So that's your big differences between the two different touchscreens that you're going to encounter in Subarus. Same information is there at your fingertips. You just gotta go through them a little bit differently, I suppose. And of course, like in the other one, owner's manual is still an option, though I just prefer this because, like I said, the commands are right there. All right, there you go. There's a video on using voice commands in your Subaru. So here is my last tip for you. Voice commands, what they take is practice. You've heard the saying before, practice makes perfect. My advice to you is, if, like, let's say you drive home and you've got, like, I don't know, 5, maybe 10 minutes that you could just like sit in your driveway in the car and just play around with it. That old saying, practice makes perfect, right there, that applies. So like I said, it just takes practice to get those voice commands down. So thank you so much for watching this video. I hope it helped you out with voice commands. Please like, subscribe, share the video. I would really appreciate those things to help me grow my YouTube channel so I can maybe reach more people. And as always, if you have a question about your Subaru and there's something you're wondering about, hey, put a comment down in the comment section down below. And who knows, the next time I shoot a video, it might be on that subject. Thanks so much.